A tragic story continues to play out in Idaho, where authorities believe a man intentionally started a fire and then ambushed the first responders, killing 2 firefighters and injuring another. Marybel Gonzalez joins us steps from that scene tonight. Marybel, can you walk us through this horrific chain of events?
Yeah, Erica, well, right now we know that investigators are on Canfield Mountain. They're hoping to gather evidence that will shed some light on what drove this suspected shooter to attack and ambush these firefighters. Now, that is an answer that this community of Coeur d'Alene is also searching for, those answers. And that is because they tell us this is a very tight-knit community, that supports their local law enforcement and their first responders. And so for them, this kind of attack is just simply unheard of and very difficult to comprehend.
Some law enforcement right now, there's an active shooter zone. They're shot. BC3's down, BC1's down. Everybody's shot up here.
2 firefighters are dead and a third is injured after responding to a call Sunday for a brush fire in the Canfield Mountain area in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho.
This was a total ambush. These firefighters did not have a chance.
Investigators say a man they found dead on Canfield Mountain a few hours after the first emergency call from firefighters is the suspected shooter. According to a law enforcement official, he's been identified as 20-year-old Wes Rowley. Officials believe Rowley started the brush fire intentionally before opening fire on responding firefighters.
We need law enforcement to get up here. We could possibly get the 2 wounded out. I'm pinned down behind Battalion 1's rig. It's clear to me that this fire was set intentionally to draw us in.
Experts calling the ambush a, quote, complex sniper attack.
Right now, behind the scenes, there's a lot of work going on to really understand who this individual is and what motivated them to carry out this attack.
Residents of Coeur d'Alene lined the highway Sunday to honor the fallen firefighters as the procession transported the 2 killed from Kootenai Health to Spokane, Washington. The community continuing to search for answers as the blaze still burns.
Now, we are expecting to hear from local authorities here an update into their investigation later this afternoon. And while we still don't know very much about the suspect, we do know how law enforcement was able to locate him. They said they used his cell phone signal that was lingering in an area for some time, and then using helicopters that were equipped with snipers on board, they were able to pinpoint his exact location. Again, that press conference is slated to happen in the next few hours, and hopefully by then we'll be able to get to know a little bit more of who this suspect was, and then also who the firefighters that were injured and also killed in this attack.
All right, Marybel, on one hand, you have the tragic death of these first responders. Meanwhile, other firefighters are trying to get that fire under control. Can you update us on that aspect?
Yeah, Erica, well, investigators are now also battling this separate challenge, and that is the brush fire that was allegedly set and started by the suspected shooter to lure some of these firefighters in. That fire growing overnight from 15 to 20 acres to now 26 acres. That is the latest update that we have. And of course, yesterday, investigators were not able to put all their resources into combating that brush fire. Their priority was locating the suspect and getting everybody to safety. Erica.
Okay, thanks, Marybel. That's CNN's Marybel Gonzalez in Idaho.